Welcome back to another episode of our project analysis series, and
I'm Gina.
I'm Eric.
I'm Mervin.
Together we are Jam. Alright, Mervin.
Yes.
So today what are we actually talking about?
So I want to ask you all, is it possible in today's time, 2025, right, this year?
Yeah.
Right, very soon 2026 already. Is
Yes.
it possible at 2025 still able to get 2019's price?
2019, pre-COVID.
Yes.
Wow, pre-COVID.
If you can turn back time, this opportunity is here right now. Would you want to consider?
I would definitely consider, to be honest.
Yes.
So
me
why
too.
are we talking about 2019? Later, we will show you there's an upcoming project that will show with us, what is the potential and what price they'll be selling at, potentially. And then we even have the starting from price as well.
So today we are actually talking about Skye at Holland. So as mentioned earlier, we will actually explain to you why we call this project a 2019 price later on. Stay tuned to the end of the video. So of course, Skye at Holland. As the name suggests, we definitely know where is the location.
Where?
Holland.
Because it can be Skye, it can be Holland.
Yeah. So Skye at Holland is situated at Holland area. Okay. And as you can see from the artist's impression, it is very, very nice. And from the balcony, from the artist's impression, this is where the balcony is. You do have a very, very nice view over on the left side. Okay. So this is actually where the GCB view is at for Skye at Holland. Okay. Now, location. As mentioned earlier, we are actually at Holland area. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see from the image beside. Okay, we are actually situated at District 10. Walking distance to Holland V MRT, which is the Circle Line. The main thing today we want to understand a little bit for Skye at Holland, is it something that we can take opportunity with? So in this area itself, we do realize in terms of the supply and demand, there is demand for larger floor plate. The local demographics in this area, they do have a preference for larger units as well as the luxury of it, especially the lifestyle. So that's what really Skye at Holland is all about.
Actually, talking about lifestyle, the other week I went to see one more time because I really, really like Holland Village. So those people who are very familiar, it's when we were younger, when we go there for gathering with our friends at all the bars,
Oh yes.
And then there is a lot of amenities, food, supermarket. They even have a hawker center in the middle. It's a very vibe thing. Yes.
I like that it has got a good mix of old school and restaurants, pubs. And I love One Holland Village now because it's dog friendly.
Oh yes. There's
It's one more that
Yes.
I bring my dogs there and I say, I sort of open the restaurant door and can I have this, and then they will
Yes.
bring it out to me.
Yes.
So
And
I love it.
if you visit One Holland Village, right, which is the new mall and connect to MRT as well, right? On the weekend or evening, you'll see a lot of people bring their dogs
Yes.
there. It's like a very, very fun, very lovely place to be
Yes,
at.
it's a place where a lot of dog owners chill out at with their dogs and everything. But with Holland, we also know that there is a low supply of 3, but 4 and 5 is almost rare, especially amongst the newer builds,
Definitely,
right?
yep.
And we are also seeing that Leedon Green and Leedon Resi has shown a larger profits for the 4 and the 5.
which is in the
3,
nearby
4, 5,
vicinity.
which is nearby vicinity. So it's something that we want you guys to bear in mind now. We will dive a little bit deeper along the way as we talk about each bedroom type analysis.
So towards the location itself, the next nearby vicinity project is what Gina mentioned earlier, which is the One Holland Village. Now, over here, I want to show you where our site plan is as well as to the neighboring One Holland Village. So as you can see over here, Skye at Holland is over on this side. And what are the surrounding? What kind of view you will be getting if you choose to get a unit over here today? Now, we have the GCB facing, okay, and as well as towards the back of the project
city
itself.
facing.
So out of 18 stacks, we do have 12 stacks that are actually having some sort of facing on the outside of the project
Facade.
itself.
Yes.
Okay, so just right beside us, this is where One Holland V is, and we are about 300 meters away from Holland Village, which is the Circle Line MRT. Okay, now if you guys want to take a walk towards the rail corridor, we are actually nearby as well for the rail corridor and within close proximity to markets such as Skye Market over here.
Yep, Gimo Market has good food as well.
Yes, definitely.
Actually, I look at this layout, this site plan. There are some MRT like 3 to 5 minutes walk, right? The walk is not enjoyable one. Have, right?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Right, you know, like, we're nothing to see one. Right?
Yeah,
So
that's
for-
why you can cut through the shopping mall.
Yes, if you cut through the
and then
mall-
you cut through Holland V, the good old Holland
Correct.
V, before you get to the MRT.
It's a good feeling, I would just say.
Yes.
And then you realize, right, the One Holland Village Residence and the Skye at Holland, they don't fight one. The views they're all quite fair. They don't really fight. They don't overlap each other.
Yes.
Side by side.
Yes. So Skye at Holland is sort of built to the side of One
Holland
Holland
Village Residence.
Yeah,
Yes.
One Holland Village Residence. And they pretty much have good view. Even what looked like to be HDB facing, if it's at an angle, you actually get the clear facing if you're slightly higher levels.
Correct.
So we will talk about that
So
later
yes.
as well.
So now, Gina was just mentioning about the height and the number of story as well. So just to share with you a little bit, Skye at Holland, we do have 2 towers of 40 stories, 40. Okay, so with regards to our neighbours, let's take a look. One Holland Village, they are standing at 28 to 33 story. But of course, like what Gina mentioned, our views don't intersect. Okay, and the future HDB right opposite is about 40 story as well. Okay, and over on the bottom left, you have the 25 to 41 story HDB. For the premium facing, it is where towards the top, we have the GCB facing on the top. So with that, if you are getting the bigger unit, the larger floor plate one, you can expect to have a really nice view like the artist impression you just seen earlier.
Actually, not necessarily the larger floor plate. There are 3 2-bedroom stacks that's facing the GCB
Oh
side.
yes, definitely.
Yes,
Correct.
I'm really excited about it because usually the developers tend to put the 3, 4, and 5 with the good facing, right?
Yes.
But over at Skye, a 2-bedder, you get that facing, you get that view as well.
So you were just saying the developer are big brain on this. So we want to understand who are the developers today. Okay, developers, they are all major names in the market today. So UOL, Singland, King Leong, as well as Capital Land. These are really major players in the property market today. And what are their past projects? Okay, so UOL, the most recent one we have is actually Upper House at Orchard Boulevard. Singland, we have Mayor Blue, King Leong, 21 Anderson, as well as Capital Land, Lindenwood. All these projects that you just seen or you just heard, or rather, those projects are already performing well, and we have a very good track record for these developers' name.
And they are pretty luxurious
Yes.
developments
I
as
was
well,
gonna
right?
say.
So these 4 developers, I sort of like them. I like the way they plan things out. Very reputable, I say.
Yeah.
Right. So I also take a look at the model already, right? Because we all can take a look.
Yep.
You realize that the facade actually look the same theme, very close to Upper House.
Yes.
Right. And it's a very atas, very luxe feeling itself.
Yes, it's a
Different,
very luxurious.
but similar feeling, I would say. So when it's
Different
ready,
yet
you
same.
all guys should go and take a look.
Okay, so let's dive into the next one. So when we come to talk about luxurious property, definitely the architect really plays a very big part because they
Yes.
plan on how the whole development will really look like. Now, the architect for Skye at Holland, it's actually P&T Group as well as Henning Larsen. Let's move on to the next, which is the project info. Okay, one thing to take note, we want to go through with you on the site plan and how is it like.
Okay, let's come again to the site plan. Over here, you can see the corresponding location of the individual facilities and amenities. But I want to touch on what is the first resi unit that starts from first, right? It starts on level 4, meaning to say that it's an elevated unit at the first unit. And on top of that, the ground floor actually not ground floor.
Not ground.
No, below the ground floor is what? Car park.
Car park, yes.
Right, so approximately car park below, 4 levels above, right, 3 levels above. So the very first unit is around 7 stories from ground level.
From street level.
Street
actually.
level,
Yeah.
20 meters above.
That's
the road.
really high, to be fair. You are buying a level 4 unit, however, you are getting a level 7 height itself. That really makes a difference.
Yes, correct. And then the facing, there's 2, what Eric mentioned, right? There's city view, facing HDB. The price may be a little bit more competitive, but because it's still a premium product in a premium location, so we're expecting it to be somewhat in the 2526 range as well. Okay, and there's also the GCB views, like what Gina mentioned. There's stack 4 to stack 8. All of them are facing the GCB. And for if you're looking at least a 2-bed, 2-bath with open kitchen or enclosable kitchen, we have stack 5, stack 6, and stack 7. These are the ones that is facing the GCB.
So when we talk about our first resi unit being at level 4, but it's actually approximately 7 stories from ground level,
Correct.
from street level.
Yep.
Does it mean that we should almost clear One Holland Village?
Yep, that's
Actually,
right.
very close.
Very,
Very
very
close,
close.
yeah.
Very, very close.
Alright.
But to be
Almost like,
safer, a few floors higher.
I think 5th, 6th floor
Okay.
safer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe safer, yeah, a few floors higher.
Okay, so coming back towards the site plan over here, we can actually see that the 2 blocks over here spanning 4 stories high, and the entrance and exit is actually Holland Village Way. Okay, and we do have a very nice pool over on this side, which you have your facilities all on the top side of the site itself.
Correct. So while we're talking about the entrance, right, there's also one more that is coming in from
Vehicle
this side.
entrance. The
Correct.
residence
Which
entrance.
is
Yes.
Holland Drive. So this actually can enable residents to actually drive in.
It's a very private entrance, I would say.
Yes and
Or
no.
alternative
for
solution.
people who know this area, and because I go there a lot with my dogs, right? That's the only mall I can happily bring my dogs in without checking for security and people filming me and then putting me on TikTok. Okay, so people who drive in, you drive in this way, right?
Yes.
To Holland V.
Correct.
And then you have to go in this way. As a visitor coming in, I need to drive in this way, right? So here might eventually get jam-packed,
Yes.
right? Because now I have one development here, One Holland Resi here, and One Holland Shopping here, right?
Yeah.
So it might eventually get jam-packed,
Maybe
which
the
is
traffic a bit more
why,
lah.
yeah, a bit heavier traffic in that sense, right? So I think what this developer very smartly did is for residents, they quickly let you into your house before that heavier traffic.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
I think that's a very, very considerate move on the
I
developer's part.
Looking at the floor plan, you will start to see some consistency in the developer. They're actually quite thoughtful with their layouts. And also, for example, the landscaping, the facade, including the entrance, the ingress and egress, they're all very, very carefully thought out, I
Yep.
would say.
That's correct. So of course, another thing you want to take note is we do have a very generous gym space as well as a private gym. Like what Mervyn mentioned earlier, dedicated residential vehicle entrance. Okay, in the entire development itself, we have 3 pools.
Yep.
One Olympic led pool, okay, over on this side. Okay, we do have the kids pool as well as the aqua gym and the jacuzzi alcove.
And remember, the kids' pool is actually at one level lower.
It's at a
So,
different level.
Correct. So parents with kids will spend their time at the lower level, and for those who want to spend their swimming in a more private environment with
Those who want to do proper laps.
do proper laps, they can swim separately from the kids' pool.
Now, what is the unit mix in Skye at Holland? Okay, so this image that you see over here, you can see that there is 2 bedroom. The smallest size we have is actually a 2 bedroom.
compact.
Yeah, 2 bedroom compact at 581 square feet. Do take note, all the square feet that you see are all harmonized project, meaning to say the aircon ledges as well as the void area are not counted in. Okay, smallest at 2 bedroom compact all the way to the bigger bedroom, which is the 5 bedroom premium with private lift. Okay, coming at 1765 square feet. When we look at unit mix, we need to understand a little bit how the developer feels about this area. Okay, we can see that 56% is catered to, ignore the one, but it's actually 56% is the 2 bedroom, as well as the 3, 4, 5 bedroom is about 44%.
I just did a quick calculation. 4 and 5 bedroom is only 22%.
Just purely on the 4 and 5?
Yes, just purely
Yeah.
4 and 5.
So with just 22% of the entire project itself, total number of units we have over here is 666.
Very nice number.
It
Triple
is.
six.
Liu.
Now we start off with layouts. As we know, there is no 1-bedder, so there's 2 bed, 1 bath, which is the smallest size right now in this project. Alright, so now we are at 2-bedder. Our 2-bedder analysis will first touch on what is the characteristic first, what is the pros and maybe the cons as well. So now a little bit maybe cons is that the rental yield still okay, not like 5.5%, 4.5%. We know where to get those percentage, right? This
Yep.
one is about 3.5 to 3.4%, which is quite close to a national average lah. Don't quote me, unquote me. It's around that range. Okay, so still okay one. And for those who really, really love this location, right, and there isn't much option around in this quantum, I would say this project is for you. Because if you are buying at 1.51 million or 1.6, 1.7 for 2 bed, 1 bath, it is really a good option right at Holland Village area.
Especially you are getting this kind of pricing at core central region of Singapore.
Correct.
Yep.
And we'll show you what
D10.
nearby resale are moving at, and you will know why I say so. Okay, so if you are looking to buy a nearby resale property in One Holland area, you realize that you may not be able to get the same price or a better price because resale owners will want to sell at a better profit as well. And we'll show you why later as well.
Okay.
Now let's go to the layout first. 2-bedroom compact. Okay, so this is actually 2-bedroom, 581 square feet. Quite a good size.
Yes.
I think we saw
I think it is
recent
quite a good
development
size.
that's about low 500. Am
Yes.
I right?
Yes.
Low
correct.
500. 581 is really very generous.
Yeah.
Okay, there are two differences that I noted. Okay, one is that you see over here, there is a DB box. Okay, and over here it's not a flush wall, where over here 581, this step 15 version, there is a flush wall over here. Okay, so if you see, depends how you like your kitchen to be.
Now do take note that these two different type B1 as well as B2 or 581, they are of different facing. So if you are looking at stack 15, we are overlooking towards the south of the project. If you are getting stack 18, that is where you will get the pool facing.
And there's also one thing that I specifically noticed, if you realize, right, the balcony for this inside facing one is a bit more out. And then the balcony for the outside facing one is a little bit inside the house.
Right.
So to me, personally, I prefer a little bit outside one. So that my house internal space looks bigger. Okay?
That is true.
And another one, maybe you will never notice, the wall here a bit longer. Here a
Slightly.
little bit shorter. So you see, longer wall, better benefit. A bit more outside, better benefit. But then maybe you have to take a little bit of discount lah. That's facing
Yes.
inside.
The pool view. Yeah.
Correct.
The longer wall will actually give you more space to actually put a proper
Sofa.
sofa.
Yes, it will really matters, sometimes when you come to
Yeah.
choosing the units itself. All the little things can change the visual experience of your future buyer
And
or
the
even your
layout
own
as
stay.
well. How you lay furniture. I personally prefer B1 as well because I like that my dining table is tucked away
Yes.
rather than it being, like in the way when I walk in. So
Yes.
personal, B1.
Correct. So visually,
Yeah.
what Gina is sharing is that when you come in, you will see this table bobian have to come out a little bit.
Yes,
Right?
correct.
And then for this one, because there's a space
There's
that
a
is
little
provisioned for
indent.
it. And then we have gotten the latest starting from price.
Yep.
And it's at 1.51.
And this is from developer, not us.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
By the time you watch this video, the prices are already announced. Because it's announced as of recording.
Well, we wish you all the luck in getting a very good ballot number
Yeah.
because we don't know how many units are going for 1.51. So if you have very good ballot number, please do not give it up. It's very rare. In today's time, District 10,
CCR.
Yes.
CCR, Holland V area to buy a 2-bed at 1.5 mil. That's like striking lottery. I don't know which is better, but I feel this is better.
Frankly speaking, when I saw the price came out, I was very stunned, flabbergasted, if you want to call
Yeah.
it, because we're all working with a higher number actually, because we
Yes.
want to set expectations so that everyone wouldn't think that it's very very cheap, but we want to put it like a reasonable price. But when the price came out, we were shocked. It's actually very very attractive.
Very,
Yes.
yes.
So that's why we say we hope our Q number is good, because we do foresee that there will be a lot of interest that will want to try for this project, given that the other projects nearby have been closing at certain pricing itself.
Yes.
So this Holland V, a branded location, it's going to catch a lot of attention. Now we are at 2-bedroom premium. Okay, so on the left will be facing inside, on the right will be outside facing, meaning to say that if you see this layout on the left side, that means that it's facing inside.
Yep.
See, on our right, it's going to be the same for all of our layouts. On the right side, it will be outside facing. So now on the left itself, 667 square feet, both are the same, BP2 and BP1. And if you look at this, actually the kitchen is enclosable.
Partially enclosable, yes.
The moment you are not compact, you are in the premium series, the layout is like that. They give you this option. Okay, beautiful. Now, the only difference I would say that there's an RC latch over here, that is probably this is a facade RC latch that is coming over here. And as you mentioned, this one will be inside facing, this one will be outside facing. RC is a bit shorter over here. And the wall here is a bit longer if you want to compare. So this side you can put maybe a 3-seater sofa. Okay, and this is facing inside.
So for those who are wondering what that RC latch is, it's really just an extended
Ledge.
Yes.
It's
Correct.
just for
extended ledge.
Just for
facade reasons.
Facade.
Okay.
Cannot put things on,
Yeah, you don't go out there put your flower pots and whatever there. It's just a extended piece of platform. And if you notice in the middle of it, there's a rectangle and that cross. That is very likely there's a hole in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So which means your neighbor on top will have some light that can come in as well.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that
and
lightings get in well as well.
that's right. So on stack 2 is facing inside. Okay, and stack 5 is facing outside. And
Towards the GCB.
and it's starting from $1.76 million.
Alright.
Alright, so now our 2-bedroom premium
But we
type.
think the 1.76 would be the inside facing lah, huh?
Lightly lah.
If 1.76 can get GCB facing, go for it, man.
But the thing is, the inside facing is not that bad also, it's a pool view.
I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
bad.
correct.
I'm not saying it's bad.
It is still a pool
You
view.
need to understand when
Still
you're facing
respectable.
out. When you're facing out, there's always road noise as well.
Better view.
There's better view, but it comes with road noise.
Correct. Actually, I ever been to One Holland Village Residence at a high floor before. And if you want, you can DM us. We can send you the videos. Wow, the view are very nice one. Don't have to take any drone view, right? If you happen to be at that unit, I happen to take the video. You know, during evening time, you start to see the fog coming out. You know, from the GCB.
Yes.
That rich air. They're coming out.
The rich air.
Just kidding lah. Just kidding. The feeling is very very nice one. The whole atmosphere, the whole view. So I can share with you all this video.
I can imagine it. Yep.
Okay, so now our 2-bedroom premium, our B3, our BP3 and BP4, slightly bigger, 6, 7, 8, stack 11 and stack 14. Same thing noticeable as well, inside facing the longer wall, the outside facing okay wall. We can put two, maybe a L-shaped sofa if you want to. So as you see over here, there is a tuck-in kitchen on both sides, and this kitchen, I would think that we are all drawn to scale lah. It seems slightly smaller than this one. So if you're someone who's not cooking very often, right? Like you don't cook very often, and you want a long wall, you don't cook very often, and you like pool view, this stack 11 will be something for you. So if you're 2 person that are staying over here and you don't need a big sofa space and you just need a bigger kitchen and you're okay with this layout, right? You'll be having the city view.
Yep.
And the starting from price, based on what we know, is also 1.76, but which stack we really don't know yet.
Yes, correct. Alright, moving on next to our 2-bedroom plus study. Now this is really very interesting for me. When I first saw the show flat, I fell in love with one particular layout. I just share my biasness, right?
You're biased.
Ding, 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 ding. I like the 732 unit that has this little entrance from the study, which is in the master bedroom. Okay, this is a very, very unique layout. I mean, we have seen quite a few resales in the market. Very rare you'll find the study that is in the correct place in the room. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the study is between the bed and the toilet. You can't really use it. Correct. I feel personally, right? But now if the study is being tucked at the outermost of the building, which is you get the very nice view, right? Which means your study now has a very nice view, not a toilet view, right? You have a nice view over there, plus you can directly exit to the balcony.
I think for this study itself, there's a lot of ways you can do. You know, that study area, you can maybe even put an additional wardrobe, want to have a proper office area. That honestly, when you want to take a break from your work, you can just head out to the balcony.
Yes, correct. So like for example, you work until very tired, very stressed, right? You just turn around, the balcony is just behind you. Very relaxed one.
I think in the resale market, from what I can remember, 2 developments in District 15 done by UOL that has got this layout.
Oh.
The District 15 people, quite a lot of people love it. It's basically just grabbed. Yeah, that was the first layout to go.
Yes. Okay, so I was discussing with Gina and Eric the other day as well, right? So if you want to make this into like a co-living space, also maybe can, you know why? Because you see, you can rent out, you can put fix this sliding door as a fixed one. So you're renting out this balcony to this person who are renting this place, maybe a 3,500. Because they have balcony space, one study plus a master bedroom and a co-living space. But if you also want to rent out this place, which you can also make it a private ensuite in that sense, right? You have a direct access to the toilet, living space and the kitchen as well. Maybe a 3,000, 2,500, which will potentially increase your rental yield. So this layout is perfect because you can access it that way.
And while Mervyn likes it, I sort of don't
like
it.
it?
I don't
One
like
less person to fight
there,
with me.
But I mean, individual, right? Because
Yes.
I mean, like, why do I want to study there? If my husband is sleeping, then people like us work very late, right?
Yes.
I can hear the ngong 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 already.
Ask your husband to sleep in this room lah.
And then so Mervin say, ask your husband to sleep in the common room. I'm like, okay, I don't know who's going to get kicked out of the house. You know?
So I really think it depends on living preference.
Correct.
So if you are
Yes.
somebody that really thinks that this study is special, I think you can really go for it. From this site plan at the bottom right, you can see that there is 4 stacks that is for this 732 as well as the 743 square feet.
Correct.
Okay, 732 is the one that has the study in your master. 743 doesn't.
No.
Correct.
The other thing to note is that the study in the master, the wall can be hacked off. So that if like me, you don't like that study, you can have a huge master.
But then I do not know what to do with that space already if I were to hack down. But of course, the option is there, which is good.
A sofa,
Sofa.
a sofa there where you can lounge
Coffee
there,
table.
read. Yeah, or for young couples, a baby cot.
Oh.
So the baby has a separate room right from the start,
Yes.
but yet you're connected in that sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or if you have like a pet that stays in a room, that can be a dedicated pet corner.
Yeah.
Or like a little safe space for your go-go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now let's briefly touch on 743 square feet. Over here, you could see when you come in over here, there is a study tucked nicely on the left side. We've seen this layout recently in one of the new projects recently as well. The kitchen over here with a half glass window over here, so you get some light coming into it. So this layout is like a traditional layout with a study on the left side. Very like this long traditional side wall. You know, by now you should know that I'm a fan of a longer wall. You can put nice painting over here, you know.
Yeah.
And your tape, yeah, really.
All I think of is the study will become my storage room.
Possible lah. I think what Gina says is that here she will create a door or something like
Yes.
that, right, to create into a storeroom. Okay. This traditional layout, quite straightforward, nothing much to talk about. Okay.
So in terms for our 2-bedroom choice, as you can hear from Mervin, passion.
Passion. Too much passion, he's stuck already.
Yeah. So as you can hear from Mervin's passion for the 2-bedroom
Yeah.
that he was sharing with you a little bit, his preference is definitely 678 as well as 732. One of the reason why it's because we do have a study in the 732 and you have a proper kitchen over here.
Yes.
And it's a dumbbell layout. Now,
Yep.
the main key differences, of course, from what we can see is really the study. Okay. Now, if we do based on these 2 differences, okay, you can see that 678 is estimated about 1.762. However, 732 is about estimated 1.903. Now that is 54 square feet of space for additional 140,000. So is that something you all want to
Correct.
consider?
It's a question that you ask yourself, right?
Correct.
Now with this utility of the study room, do you enjoy the house more? Are you able to get a better yield? Right? And then all this you add together. Now,
Okay,
is
you are
it
sold, Rina.
is it worth it or not? To me, I think I will. Gina asked me this question before. I genuinely will, because if I'm here to enjoy, to stay, to have a very relaxed lifestyle, and this layout, if it suits your needs, I would think you can consider. But if you're someone like buying for investment, you know, you're okay with 2 rooms, you don't need to study, sure, you can save.
The other thing to mention is this extra 54 square feet, right, versus these 2 layouts. The kitchen is a bit wider, a bit longer. I don't know what you
Yes,
call that.
deeper.
Deeper.
A little bit
Okay.
deeper, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
a little bit deeper. So you have, I mean, for people who cook, that little bit more space makes a difference. So that's 54 square feet, and how we derive at an estimate of 1.9 mil, because the developer did not release a 2+
Yes.
study starting from price, right?
Yes, correct.
So we sort of use their 1.762 starting from, get a PSF and times it to 54. Yep, times it to that. Okay, but it could be higher, we don't know. It's just something for you to think about. Mervin will pay for it. honestly, while I will not use it as a study, I think I might pay for it,
You might pay
because
for it.
that will be my private reading space. Yeah, not a study. My common room will be my work room, but that will be my private reading space.
Alright.
Yeah, so
And
different
Rina,
use of it.
what will you use it for?
For me, probably an area to put all my collectibles.
There we go. More
Yeah.
people, more ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 2-bedroom itself, we want to emphasize that when the estimated price is already out based on the starting price, okay, we do see that you are really going back to 2019, even though today is 2025.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do we say that? It's because on the left, you do see Skye at Holland and as well as the 2-bed the sizes. Okay, this is based on the guide price that developer has given us, 1.51 million and 1.76 million. Okay, however, the transacted pricing just next door, which is your One Holland Village.
Residences.
Okay, 689 square feet, 797 square feet. Do take note, this project itself is non-harmonized, meaning to say the usable space is not 100%. Okay, however, the transacted pricing is from 1.61 million all the way to 2.03 million. Okay, if today you are able to get a 2-bed 1-bath at, let's just say, a 1.6 or even 1.7, you know that you are having a safer entry because your neighbors already entered all the way highest 2.03 million. Okay, same goes as well for a 2-bed 2-bath, 1.76 for Skye at Holland, One Holland V we are 1.8 to 2.53.
So basically, I will draw it this way in the flow. We are comparing from this price to this price and this price to this price. So at the end of the day, this is the difference. Same thing, this 1.76 to this price, 2019 price has evolved to this price eventually. Now you're comparing to this price.
Okay, so we're basically saying today, if you want to buy into Holland, right, and a relatively new project, you can choose One Holland Village that's gonna cost 2.03 mil, right? Or you can choose Skye at Holland at 1.51 mil for a 2-bed 1-bath. Or for a 2-bed 2-bath, you can choose to pay 2.53 mil for a resale unit. Somebody stayed in there before already, or a 1.76 mil onwards.
Correct. So some will actually say, oh no, but the quantum, the size is a bit different, right? So if you just minus 5%, right, you're still about 630.
About 7%? Yeah, about 630.
I'll give 5 to 7%, right? So that will be around 630 square feet. Okay, just give you a quick number. 5% of this one is about 750 square feet. Okay.
Oh, your math in the brain one.
I try to be someone. So you say, yeah, you're right. Granted, the size is a bit bigger. This one is a bit smaller. But if you take a closer look at the PSF, 2595 versus what is being transacted now, 2637. What is being transacted now, right? So we are actually going back in prices, back in
we're
PSF.
Going back in time, and looks to me like a rather safe entry.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's for
somebody
sure.
else already done 3.172 PSF, and if I'm buying in even at 2,750,
Yes.
that is still a buffer.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why we say at the start of our video, if you are getting a 2019 prices, would you take the opportunity? I'll let you decide.
Correct. So if you don't quite understand this part, you can check with your agent, or you can also
Contact us.
Contact
Contact
us.
us. Yep.
Alright, so now moving off to the 3-bedroom. Okay, this 3-bedroom, we have the similar concept as the 2-bedroom because later on we will show you the transacted pricing for One Holland Village as well, and then the guide price that we have for Skye at Holland, and then you decide from there. Now, floor plan analysis, we do have 3-bedroom compact which is going at 915 square feet. Similarly, C1 and C2, we have 2 different facing, which is the stack 16 and the stack 12. Okay, so from this floor plan itself, to be fair, not much of a difference other than the walkway. If you can see the C2, the walkway it is slightly longer than the C1 over here, but all in all, it is still a traditional layout over here for this both layout.
The other difference is the AC latch. So
Okay.
one has got a connection to the master bedroom, the other one hasn't got. So people who are sound sensitive with the aircon compressor and all this, then maybe a C1 is better for them. But then bear in mind the wall, there isn't a window there, so by right it should not affect.
Now, the starting guide price is actually starting from $2.4 million. Now, heading on to the next one, we have the 3-bedroom premium. Similarly, 1076 square feet, both sides.
1076 as well.
Yep, CP1, CP2, 2 stacks. Stack 03 as well as stack 13. Now, what is the main difference when it comes to it? Definitely, if you realize the walkway, it's a little bit different as well. CP1 has a slightly longer walkway, while CP2 do not.
Entrance foyer.
What's the main difference between the one you saw earlier for the 3-bedroom compact and the 3-bedroom premium? Is when we head into the kitchen, we do have a home shelter, okay, for both sides as well. But traditional layout, quite straightforward.
Literally where the home shelter usually is at.
Does it feel like this one has got a bigger master bedroom?
It does look like longer.
It does look like, but then again, the image might not be
Not
to
drawn to
scale.
graph,
Yeah.
For these two images side by side, might not be of the same scale, but we know that it is 1076 square feet layout for both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so now going back to the same concept as the 2-bedroom, this 3-bedroom, let's understand a little bit for the One Holland Village. What is the pricing that has already been transacted back then when they buy from the developers? Okay, so over here we can see that 2019 prices, right? They are transacting at an average of 2.7 all the way to 2.9. When we head into 2020, the prices hit as high as $3.1 million. Okay, so if today, as what we mentioned earlier, the 3-bedroom compact today is starting from 2.4 million.
That's a steal, eh?
Is that something that really you guys want to
Sorry,
consider?
I say wrong word, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels like a steal to me. You know?
Correct.
Actually, there's one project in the northeast that 3-bedder is around 2.4 million also.
Wow,
So-
Northeast versus Holland. Okay.
Yes.
Very different, huh? So that is why at the end of the day, we are going back into 2019 prices. This is what we are mentioning today throughout the whole video.
Okay, so let's look at the 4-bedders now. 4-bedders, there are 3 layouts. 2 of them, it's 1, 2, 3, 8 layouts. One, it's facing the One Holland Residence. Not exactly facing, because One Holland Residence is really here. So it's sort of facing this direction. And the other one, it's over here. Right, so you still get a bit of an unblocked view. But main thing about this 4 and 5-bedders in here, it's the private lift. So you have a private lift all the way into your unit, and on top of private lift, you have, in a sense, a secondary door access. The difference is if anybody's going to come in from the secondary door, mainly the delivery personnel.
Yes.
When they open this door and they come in and deliver the things, they do not see your whole unit. Right? So it's sort of blocked. At most they see is your kitchen. The other one, it's whereby once this door is open, they see your whole unit. I mean, unless you close this door, then they cannot see. Otherwise, these 2 layouts are about the same. This one has got a slightly bigger kitchen. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay? So 4 beds, and remember, right at the start, we said if you can and if you like to, 4 and 5 beds in Holland V area, the supply is low.
Limited.
Okay? The other premium, 4-bed premium, is 1464. Again, private lift. Your entrance now is to a yard, not even to your kitchen, right? So this is a very good privacy. The best part of this is
The GCB view.
you get the GCB view. So
Can
this
smell
is
not?
like
Can smell not?
can smell the rich air.
The
is
rich-
it? Alright, other than the GCB view, you have a wine chiller in the middle and an island so that you can host, right? And you look at this
White frontage.
very wide living room frontage. It's going to be very, very, very beautiful. And I believe right at the start we showed this perspective, right? Of
Yes.
that balcony with the view. I hope it's this, huh?
I think
I think
it
good
is,
chance,
you know.
eh.
It's
I
either
think-
this or the 5-bedroom.
Yeah, it's this or the 5-bed lah, huh? But that's about what you get sitting in the living room or at the balcony if you're chilling out.
Yes.
Right? Walk-in wardrobes.
Master.
I feel a must for a 4-bed premium. That feel, you know, of having a walk-in wardrobe. Right? So I would think this have everything it needs to for a 4-bed and a junior master.
Junior master with an ensuite bathroom.
With an ensuite bathroom, right? So it's like junior master, I feel must have ensuite bathroom.
Definitely.
If the bathroom is an outside or a share one, I won't even call it a junior master. I just call it ensuite. Yeah, but this is a junior master, so a dedicated own personal space as well.
Okay, I think quite straightforward. However, take note that the 4-bedroom indication from the developers, the starting from price is actually 3.34 million. So going back to what Gina said earlier, in terms of the demand and supply, she'll actually share with you.
3.34. Did we say a 3-bed was going at 3.1-ish just now?
Yes.
Oh yes. So if you can take a look,
Yeah. A resale 3-bed 1098 went for 3.1 mil.
and you can get a 1238 square feet.
Yes, at 3.34.
3.34.
Wow. Okay, let's look at the supply. We'll do a quick one. maybe we can also cover a little bit on the 3 beds. Why we chose these 3 units? Because these are the more recent TOP units in the area, developments in the area. 3 beds, we have a total of 278 units in this vicinity developments. The 4 beds, only 70 units.
Primarily 4 beds and the 5 beds, we do know that the buyers are usually on stay.
Yep,
when the
on-stay
supply
buyers.
is low and when it comes to the resale, most of them don't really want to sell
Yep,
until the time comes.
correct.
So that being said, the supply will definitely be very low.
Yes.
That's what you can see over here.
Yes. And moving ahead for the 5 bed, only 1 unit in One Holland V. Right, so that's why we are saying the supply for 4 and 5 beds are very low, and there is a demand for it because people who buy into 4 and 5 at this point in time, intention is own stay. If you can, buy it in, and then when you do the resale, we talk about it for resale. Okay, so Leedon Residence, 2 beds, their profit, over here we're really looking at profits. It's a 4%. 3 beds, 17.65.
Over the course of 4 years?
Over a course of
4 or 5 years.
For the
Yeah.
5 years. Now let's look at the 4 beds. A whooping 25.42% profit. So from here we see that the bigger bedrooms do outperform and have got a bigger profit margin. Not just purely because they are bigger, right? Like because their floor plate is bigger size, therefore it's bigger. But look at the percentage. The percentage itself tells you
Correct.
it's a lot more. 25% versus a 2-bed at 4%.
Actually, you think about this trend of getting a bigger floor plate, right? It's only quite recent only.
Yep.
For the past 4 or 5 years, since COVID, right, people start to realize whether is it HDB or private property, right? People want to have what?
Everybody needs more space.
More space.
Yes.
Okay, so we're seeing that this trend is actually quite strong even after COVID has ended. 3 years COVID has ended already. This trend is still ongoing. So that's why
It's actually altered our lifestyle.
yes.
Yep. Okay, but we are not saying that don't buy 2 beds.
Yep.
Okay, 2 beds you have rather separate reasons for buying a 2
Correct.
I
beds.
think it's
Okay.
really when we are looking at the 2-bedroom, is different way of looking at it as compared to the 4-bedroom. So next.
Right. So go back to 2-bed again. So this is Leedon Green. 2 beds 4.61, 3 beds 9.61, and then let's look at 4 beds again. 27.25. That's again showing us that there is consistency in the 4 beds, the bigger floor plates having a bigger profit, a bigger percentage of profit.
In the short span of 4 to 5 years.
Again,
Correct.
4 to 5 years. And then let's look just a little bit further. One North Eden is also a recent TOP project, but it's at the One North area. Let's see how they do. One North only have 32 units of 4 bed, 0 5 beds, right? And look at their profit over here.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my.
fairly healthy.
Look at
More than healthy actually.
Big growth.
right. Look at 700k of profit.
In a span of 3 years and 3 months.
Yeah, and it's just 3 years, 3 months.
Yeah.
Like 3 years. The one that didn't do as good, it still cost 473,000.
Yeah. So if you do the average is about 500,000-600,000.
Yeah, let's go average of 600 lah.
Yeah.
550, 600.
Correct.
You know, it's still a very, very healthy profit amount. Okay.
Correct.
So again, 4 bed, right? The size are approximately.
And it's very similar to what we see
Very
over
similar
here.
to what we
1238. This is actually
Yeah.
1259.
Yep. And of course, the one with the bigger profits are the bigger unit lah.
Yeah.
Right. But let's just look at the 1259 at close to 500.
Okay.
Very good profit. Even if it's just a little bit off from Holland V.
Correct.
Again, One North Eden. So pardon this grey color. We somehow cannot get it to turn green. We don't know why. For 2 beds, One North Eden did a bit better at
Quite good.
17.
Yes.
Yes. A 3 bed at 17 as well. And the 4 beds at 21.52. So consistently, 4 beds have performed at above 20%. 21
Consistently
to
also one of the
25%.
best.
Yep, and
performing
consistently the
unit
best
type.
performing unit type in terms of profit.
Correct.
5 beds.
Now, mainly when we talk about 5-bedder, okay, to be fair, 5-bedder, it's a type of property, it's limited supply, for sure limited. So if the 4-bedroom with a limited supply and we see that the demand is strong, that is where you see the high profit. Now imagine what we talk about 5-bedder. floor plate is going to be humongous, right? So 5-bedder in Skye at Holland, what do we have? We actually have only one stack of it, which is the 1765 square feet, okay, which is also the GCB view. Okay, now when we talk about 5-bedroom, especially in the core central region, people are looking out for the luxurious view of the entire unit itself. Okay,
Yes.
and similar to the 4-bedroom, we do have a private lift over on this side. And I like that the service entrance and the private lift is actually separated. So over here, once you reach home, you will see a very wide living and dining area together on the balcony on this side. Okay, now the service entrance, now once we head in over here, it's a little bit secluded in the corner of your unit itself because we have a home shelter and an additional store with a WC. Okay, now this is where your tuck away area is. However, it is still not your kitchen yet. Once we step into the kitchen, this is where we have a full proper kitchen, similar to the 4-bedroom premium, the bigger one. We have an island top with one chiller. Okay, so this area even comes with a sliding door over on this side that segregates the living as well as the kitchen. So the bedrooms quite standard over here, but we do also have a junior master and an ensuite bathroom. Okay, that can be opened from the common space as well. Okay, this 2-bedroom common bedroom over here do have ensuite as well, but is accessible from both sides of the bedroom.
What they call the Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill, yes. Alright, so for this particular 5-bedroom layout, basically all the bedrooms have toilet other than the bedroom 5. Okay, so if bedroom 5 want to use the toilet, they actually have to go towards bathroom 2 together with the junior master. Okay, similarly, master bedroom, very big.
Wow, got his and hers or some more.
Yeah. So now once we come into,
It's almost like can put 2 beds inside.
so once we head into it, you do see the huge size of the 5-bedroom, and you have a very nice L-shaped wardrobe towards the master bath, and what mentioned earlier, his and her sink. Okay, this is something that a taste of the luxury that Skye at Holland provides.
One thing I want to highlight, if you go back to the yard itself, I actually feel it's very thoughtful. So why? Because if some people would choose to house their helper in this home shelter, correct? Then if you house it already, you say, hey, Jialat, I got no more space for my store. They created another store space for you, you know.
That is true.
So they make you 良心过得去, they make you feel better. At least you got space to put your cabinet things. You don't have to put it in the store. So I think this is small little things you start to appreciate, as you go to look at the stuff.
Yes.
Okay, now similarly with the 4-bedroom, what you need to understand a little bit is really the supply. So as mentioned earlier, we use the similarly 4 projects. 5-bedroom vicinity only got one, which is at One Holland V.
And only
One and only. Now, today when we come out, for Skye at Holland, when it comes into the resale market, that is where you have a little bit more supply. Okay. However, the supply is still not 3-digit kind of supply. Okay.
Yes.
So I just want to share a little bit the One Holland Village at this point of time. That one and only unit, right, is actually trying to sell.
It's on the market.
It's on the market.
Yes.
And what they are trying to sell at is actually 13.5 million negotiable. Back then, when they purchased this 3455 square feet of One Holland V 5-bedroom penthouse, okay, they actually purchased it at 11.4 million. So that is almost 2 million?
2 mil.
2 million? Just for a 5-bedroom holding period of since 2022, which is 3 to 4 years? 3 years plus.
Yep.
Okay, if this goes through, it really will create a new benchmark for 5-bedroom in the area, in the vicinity itself. So
Definitely.
that is the conclusion for our 5-bedroom.
Yes, so we go back to the idea that for Skye at Holland, if you can, buy big because there's low supply, high profit, and high demand. If you can go for the larger size, as large as you possibly can, 5-bedroom, if preferred, because your only other competitor, closest competitor, is selling now. If they sold, there is now 4-year seller stamp duty.
Yes.
You will be ready to
You'll be the
be in the
next
market.
one.
You'll be the next one in the market. Okay, so bigger is safer in this area in
Yeah.
terms of profits. Not saying the 2 and the 3s are not to go.
Yeah.
They have a different niche for buying, a different
Alright.
reason for buying.
I think it really depends on your financials and what is your objective when you want to get a unit over here.
Yes.
Is it like 2-bedroom, really want to own stay, or you want to do an investment, things like that. But when we talk about the bigger bedrooms, it's because this area, like what Mervyn mentioned at the start of the video, it is vibey.
Yes.
It is the lifestyle that attracts a lot of people over here.
Yep.
So with that, I conclude this video. Of course,
Yeah.
if you have any more questions, feel free to contact any one of us. And
Again, I'm Gina.
I'm Eric,
I'm Mervyn.
and together we are
Jam.
Bye.
Bye.